What's up, guys?
Ah!
Good cheer. What's up, guys? Back to the mat. Back at it again. We did our results of the pay-per-views over the weekend. Great. Got a new champ, new defending champion.
I got a title now. He poked the hell out of me with that pencil.
Got lead poison.
It's not.
Vince won the title due to Slammiversary predictions with a 21 whopping points. Fuck it.
What was a total 22 with your total 6? Yeah. Well, you had 11. You had 11 total. I had 22 total.
That's true.
But that was sheer destruction.
But he is the new blue.
Especially if you based it off of just part 1 alone.
Right. After we did that math, when we were at work doing the math, I was just like,
this isn't looking good for me.
I even had that feeling after I saw the results, and then Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, you did fucking good with predictions. I didn't want to tell you you flat out won. I wanted to be like, hey, there you go.
Make sure the math.
Right, I have to make sure the math adds up. So what we're going to do now, though, like I said, I'll write down the winners. Slide it over to you. Bought a new notebook. I got 2 notebooks for wrestling now. Yay.
Yeah. One that just stays in the backpack forever and
Exactly.
in case you forget to bring the regular one.
Exactly. Even though with this one, this could just be our predictions notebooks. That's literally everything in it, pretty much. Yeah, because we got Money in the Bank predictions, Double or Nothing predictions, Backlash predictions, blank pieces of paper,
Future prediction.
Fighter Fest 2-week predictions, Sunday and Slammiversary. Maybe that'll just be predictions book, which I was thinking about.
That Sharpie or thing.
Yeah, I got one floating probably over.
There.
Out of the pen. Yeah, I got. I was gonna do that too before predictions on here. I can't write it in mild suspense. So, but one week in
That
wrestling.
moment when I fucking won the title.
Vince, it happened 3 days.
Happened today.
I know. Technically, yeah.
This comes out, it's happening 4 days ago, yes. As of 7/23.
Vince became the new reigning defending champion.
Well, I'm not a champion. Don't hold the most. I just have a title.
That means you're a champion. Having 1 to none, Vince. Think about it. Me and my team
I am better than I was when I didn't have a title.
Exactly. Now you have a title, so now you're better than people who don't have a title.
Now I have something to lose.
Exactly.
So why are we here?
We are here for Raw, NXT, and Dynamite, with a little bit of AEW Dark on the side. Recap. So we're just going to cut to the chase, and I'll just go off my notes. Raw came up after Extreme Rules. Raw happened. It was pretty good Raw. Yeah, it was Medcore Raw, I guess. Seth came out to start the show. He's cutting a promo about Rey Mysterio. He was like, are you guys happy, WWE Universe, for what? He's like, I didn't want to do it. He's like, I didn't want to do this. You forced me to do it. And I'm like, dude, Seth Hill right now is so. So then he's doing that, talking about, oh, and by the way, Rey Mysterio is the one who wanted an eye for an eye match. And you guys are mad at me? He picked the match. And I'm like, God, he's got you there, Ray. Got you there.
He's got points.
Got bullet. Yeah. And then Aleister Black came out to defend Ray's honor, so to speak. So they had a match. Basically, the whole match, Seth was just working over Aleister's right arm, I believe. Which Seth Rollins ended up getting the win. And then after the match, post-match beat down where him and Buddy Murphy just kept working on that arm. So he's going to be out for a while. I don't know. But they're purposely riding him off, so then come back, be better, because they perform. And then after that, we go to commercial, come back. It shows MVP, Bobby Lashley, and special guest appearance by Farouk, a.k.a. Ron Simmons, backstage talking about, so, rumor around the water cooler, or the wrestling cooler, is that they want to start a new Nation of Domination fact. for WWE. For those of you who don't know, like Vince, the Nation of Domination. I got some. Yep.
The encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. Came out in like wait a 12 years old, but it comes in handy when you need it. Encyclopedia. I've had it. Movie. Nation of Domination. So, this gentleman right here, for you and us. Nation of Domination. So the guy standing next to The Rock is Ron Simmons. Basically, where that glare is. Sorry for the lighting. It sucks. I have trouble. Vince might be able to do it for me.
Sweet. Kinda. That guy?
So,
Or the other? Oh, the other side.
yeah,
Here we go.
this.
Joe.
Oh yeah.
If you can zoom in.
Yeah, the guy with the hat next to The Rock.
Guy bumping fists with the Rock.
Yeah, that guy. That's Ron Simmons. So, and that's the Nation of Domination. They were a faction in the early 90s. Go for it. Push up. So,
There we go.
yes.
First thing I turned to was Andre the Giant.
So basically, there have been talks after the BLM and protesting and all that crap. There's been talks about getting a new Nation of Domination. Yes and no. If it happens, it happens. I'd like to see it because it'd be cool. If they do it right, it can be good. Do it wrong, it would just fuck up like a lot of things. Wrestling business. They do. It does. Whatever. So he was talking to him about it, so they're probably going to do that at some point. Well, and then MVP and Lashley are champion. R-Truth walks into frame, and he's like, "Hey, Truth, come here, come talk." He's like, "Don't worry." And R-Truth's holding a wok or a frying pan, in case if Bobby Lashley puts him in Nelson from The Simpsons again.
Tell they're good when they get a whole. Tell they're really good when they get a whole.
Yeah, it's like Mick Foley. There's some of them who have. Case in point, Monday Night Raw.
That's not a person.
But talking about it, hey, we're gonna see if the champ to champ wanted to go out to the ring with us so we could do some business.
So 2 pages for Ric Flair. There we go.
So he needs like,
woo!
And it was like, he's like, "No, man, I'm not going out there with you guys." And he's like, "No, I'm not talking to you." And
Let's
then
imagine. Ooh.
Shelton Benjamin super kicks R-Truth and then pins him, becomes your new 24/7 champion. They go to the ring. They're calling out Apollo Crews, Ricochet, Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander and Ricochet show up. Back and forth, little promo action going on. And they're like, "Well, since you don't have a third man, we were going to have 6-man tag team action, but you only have 2. There's 3 of us, 2 of you. What are you going to do?" Ricochet's like, we got a new guy who is making his Raw debut / return, and his name is Mustafa Ali. So they showed up, had a 6-man tag match, 3-on-3. Good. Mustafa Ali. Yep. Ron. 3-on-3. Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and Mustafa Ali ended up winning. Mustafa got the pin on MVP. Got my pencil. That's fine. Next up, we had Bayley and Sasha come out. they're promoting how they won both the matches at the pay-per-view. However, Sasha technically didn't win hers, so it was no contest. Then Kairi Sane and Kairi Sane and Asuka came out, and that led to a bunch of discussions and a brawl. Well, before they could brawl, because Asuka was saying that's my title, I want it, blah blah blah. Stephanie McMahon called the Titantron, said that next week Sasha Banks will fight Asuka. The winner of that match will become the new Raw Women's Champion, and if anybody gets disqualified, the person who got disqualified, who lost the match, not be basically if you cheat to win. So if you get disqualified, your opponent becomes champion. No champion's advantage in this. So if Bayley interferes, it costs Sasha the match. Asuka wins the match. Same thing with Asuka. If Kairi Sane interferes, it costs Asuka the match.
They both interfere.
Right, they both interfered. Fatal 4-way, SummerSlam here. No, because Kairi Sane's leaving. However, this led to Kairi fighting Bayley, which the match was decent. Freaking Bayley took a lot of back elbows. Like they're like spinning back fist. Damn, she could
Still holding
pretty good. Yeah, I know they're trained athletes. I know that, but damn, Bayley took a beating. Not saying that to be a dick. I'm just saying the way they did that match, it looked like she got her ass kicked, which is good in my opinion. I'm just saying. And then after that, yeah, Kairi Sane ended defeating Bayley. After that, Drew McIntyre comes out, talking about how he's champ. Dolph had him on the ropes. He said, "Now what's next for me?" Dolph Ziggler came out, said, "I want a rematch because I had you. I had you beat. I want a rematch." Drew said, "No." Was like, "No." He's like, "Come on." He's like, "I had you. You know I did. I saw the fear in your eye." He's like, "No, I want somebody else." Like, "No, listen." And Drew's like, "I'm done with you, Dolph." Goes to walk away. Ziggler puts his hand on Drew like this, like, "Don't you walk." Turns around, headbutt. Last go kiss. Ziggler goes down. Drew walks out of the ring. He's going up the ramp. Ziggler takes the mic and goes, "Listen, you son of a bitch. Don't walk away from me." He's like, "Fine. Fine. You said you're done with me? I got a better idea. One more match." He's dead.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were two.
He's like, "You want another match?" He was like, "You want another match?" He's like, "You won't give me a match? Fine. How about this? I'll let you pick the stipulation. Just give me one more shot." And he was like, "I accept." All right. What's the stipulation? Just accepted the match 5 seconds ago. I don't even know what I want to do yet. I'll tell you in 2 weeks. So it'll be interesting to see.
Signature move is the powerbomb.
Really? That's just his walk. He does.
I'm like, yeah, that's not really.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty well what he's known.
Yeah. His walk. So in 2 weeks, Drew said he will announce the stipulation. I don't know if they'll have the match in 2 weeks, but Drew said he'll announce the stipulation. And then this was probably earlier in the match. Forgot about it. Street Profits took on Angel Garza and Andrade, which was funny because they were backstage, and Kathy Kelly, Charlie Caruso.
Floor Zed.
Yeah, the Warlord. Charlie Caruso was talking to Vega, Andrade, and them, was telling them, "Hey, you guys are doing this. Like, yeah, Street Profits, they're never us. Where are they? They're always hiding. We haven't seen them in weeks or something like that." And it was freaking cool because they start talking shit about the Street Profits. What happens? Street Profits come and start kicking their ass backstage. They're like, "What? We're right here, motherfuckers. Where you been?" Like, "We're here. You want to go? Let's go." Dawkins is like, bring the smoke. Like, we want the smoke. We're right here. So their match is next. Street Profits ended up winning. Your boy Jinzo, motherfucker, got air again. He got air and turned his body midair to land the frost. It was fucking great. Like, this dude.
Stats jump.
Right. That's all the way to freaking speed and jump. That dude, man. It was just great. So then comes the main event. They also showed a Randy Orton video package talking about his career and a Big Show video package talking about his career. It was Randy Orton versus Big Show in an unsanctioned match. In an unsanctioned match, which means anything goes, and which basically unsanctioned means WWE is not reliable for what happens to that superstar if they were to get injured. It's not on WWE. It's physically and solely on people. Is what they said. Commentary. So we all know Randy Orton was going to win the match, which they did, or he did. Sorry, not they.
The largest professional athlete, let alone the largest man in existence.
Alive.
Like, he might have been beaten out by height, but bulk on it, like, yeah, the Huntsman is bigger wingspan. That's pretty high weight.
Another part was the problem with Andre, which, side note, sorry, with Andre the Giant, is they had, at the time, he could have got the surgery he needed to stop the growing, because that's what killed him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had
basically the thing that told his the growth cells to stop.
Yeah. I think they said it was like gigantism or something.
Gigantism.
Yeah, he had that, and they said they had it. They said it wouldn't kill him if you did the surgery. It was like it's not a big risk of a surgery, but he personally didn't want to do it because that would take away from what he has, what makes him special.
I don't think anybody was going to match you, man.
Right.
At
least that's what a couple guys on the Talk is Jericho podcast last week, I think it was, said, because they wrote, one of the guys actually knew Andre the Giant, and the other guy wrote a book in regards to Andre the Giant. They both kind of knew him, so they were talking about it, because Big Show had that same problem, but he did the surgery when he was young, so he was able to stop it from basically killing him. Same with the Great Khali. That's why the Great Khali is
Lord
like
have
7 foot.
mercy, that name, Beaver Cleavage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, that's got to be the perv of perv.
And you look up Val Venus yet?
No. I mean, I passed him, I guess. I didn't see him.
Porn star.
There he is. He only gets a half page.
Just right there.
No, that's not him. That's
him again. But back to Raw. So it was Randy Orton versus Big Mac, aka the Big Show, and he pretty good. Big Show was just like beat crap out of Randy Orton. He was trying to, and he was trying to overpower Randy, which is huge. Going to be Bob Backlund, kind of. This is what.
Good. He's got 2 pages.
Chicken wing. Just finished. Chicken. But yeah, Big Show was just trying to overpower Randy Orton, which we knew. We knew Orton was going to win because of Randy. During the match, Angel Garza and Andrade showed up to help Randy Orton, and that instantly backfired on him because the Viking Raiders showed up to help the Big Show. And they just brawled and left. Big Show brought out a table, tried power slamming. Yeah, those were a thing back in the day. They got rid of it.
Understandably, but
I want them back, damn it. Those were interesting matches.
things I need to see. Things to look for later.
Yep. Special episode. we'll do that on a special episode. But yeah. So Big Show brought out a table, went to do like a body splash to Orton. Orton moved, Big Show goes through the table. Big Show gets up, Randy Orton hits RKO. Big Show kicked out at one. At one, Vince.
Big Show.
Right. And then later in the match, the finish saw Randy Orton hit another RKO, and then hit the punt kick. 1 to 3 matches over. Ends the night. So that's 3 people Randy Orton has punted and beaten. And so, kind of tired of it already, I'll be honest. Orton, like everyone says, when he's motivated, he's good. Which is true. When he's motivated, I know Orton's on basically his last deal. His last contract. He's going to retire, I think, after the contract. Maybe. It's a huge possibility. But I see him going out sooner rather than. So, I don't know. I guess Orton's good. I'm just kind of tired of seeing. Granted, due to COVID, they all hands on deck with it. I get it. Fine. But I don't know. I'm weird, I know. All you guys are like, well, Orton's greatest, man, blah, blah, blah. He's good. I know he's good. I'm admitting he's good. But I just don't like the storyline right now. I really don't. I mean, odds are it's going to come to something, like people are saying it's going to be him versus Drew. Orton's going to win. But is that going to give Edge time to come back to take it off Orton? Because then Edge is out with a tricep injury right now. Sucks. Because they're supposed to have their 3rd match. Be great. Yeah, maybe Survivors. But probably something. So there's your Raw recap. In about 20 minutes or so. Next up on AEW Dark on Tuesday night. It was actually pretty decent. We had your champion, Vince. Not Asuka, but the other one. Tita. And her kendo stick. Taking on...
I didn't pick her as my champion.
Taking on Rochelle Chanel.
I enjoy the kendo stick.
Right. Rochelle Chanel, I think. Cheetah instantly won the match.
Until this was just a filler.
I want to meet her.
Okay. I was like, I thought you were coming over with like cleavage.
Oh yeah,
all the cleavage at max.
That's why I liked her.
Really?
No, she was actually
boobies. You just go up to her. Boobies. And she's like, what?
But right. So after that, Kip Sabian came out and he defeated Corey Hollis. Good to see Sabian back in the ring. Been off for some time. Then Best Friends, they fought, making his AEW debut was Sabby, what they called him, aka Tito Sabatelli, who used to be in NXT, but they didn't do shit with him. He's actually good, so. But yeah, Best Friends defeated Sabby and Brady Pierce. Pretty decent match. Sabby and Brady Pierce are, because I can see them going. Pretty cool. Ricky Starks came out to defeat Will Hobbs. That match ended like 2 minutes, I think, maybe 3 minutes. I'll give him credit for. But the thing since Ricky Starks has been on Dark is like he'll come out, he'll point over to Taz, and then he'll do his match. He comes back from his match, he goes over to Taz, fist pump him, and Excalibur's like, "What's that about, Taz?" He's like, "I don't know." Which we later find out what that's been about this whole past 3 weeks. Diamante took on Kylie King, I think is her name. Might be my new favorite on AEW. Well, Evil Lisa is back in AEW, and she's actually my favorite. So, and then almost the main event saw Darby Allin taking on Robert Anthony, which Darby came out and just the whole time just had his eyes on Taz. looking at Taz, looking at Taz, looking at Taz, looking at Taz. So the bell rings. Robert Anthony comes over to him and was yelling at Darby to look at him. He's like, look at me. He was like, look at me. Darby's not looking. So Robert Anthony just kicks him in the face. He's like, looking now, motherfucker. And he's like, focus on me. I'm your opponent, not him. So they're fighting for like 5 minutes. Darby ended up winning the match. After the match, Brian Cage came out. And I don't know if he German suplexed him or if he just regular suplexed him. But he was basically, Brian Cage picked him up from inside the ring. I'm pretty sure it was a German suplex. Basically got his arms up under the ropes to grab Darby. And then threw him over the ring. Like, threw him out of the ring. But Darby Allin weighs, he's my size. So for somebody like Brian Cage, 300 pound bodybuilder type guy, picking somebody up like me, he could just probably do that one-handed. This is true. Probably true. And then, so, Brian Cage is beating up Darby Allin, and then Robert Anthony starts getting in, starts beating up, Robert Anthony starts beating up Brian Cage due to, Brian Cage and the Moxley feud they were having a few weeks ago. And it looks like Robert Anthony is like, technically he's beating up Brian Cage, making Cage look weak. And then out of nowhere, like, Robert Anthony turns around and gets kicked in the face by none other than Ricky Starks, which was fucking cool. I will admit I marked out because I thought it was great. It was awesome in my opinion. Because I knew it was coming. I knew something was going to happen with those two. So then they grab the skateboard. They're about to beat Darby Allin with it. And then who comes to save the day? John Moxley just comes walking through the arena like nothing with a barbed wire baseball bat. That might have actually happened on Dark, on Dynamite, not on Dark. Oh yeah, never mind. It did happen on Dark, Dynamite. My bad. But anyways, new faction, Taz with Brian Cage and Ricky Stark. So cool. Props to them. I dig it. The next up, your main event was the Butcher and Blade getting their pre-warm-up match against Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon. Give Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler a fucking win over. Let's be real. These guys are good. Give them a goddamn win. Just give them a win.
Gave me a win. Their turn.
Yeah, see, Vince won. Now it's their turn to win. You can do it, Peter Avalon, Brandon Cutler. I believe in you. By the way, Brandon Cutler, keep recording BTE. You're doing great. Peter Avalon, jumping down BTE. You're great. And Leva Bates hop in there somewhere. You're cool. But Butcher and Blade ended up winning by hitting their finisher, which I forgot what it was called. But they ended up winning, and they called out the Young Bucks. They said, Young Bucks, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Kind of cutthroat. It was pretty cool. So there's your AEW Dark review. And now we'll jump ship to Wednesday night. NXT started off with Dexter Lumis taking on Killian Dane after the whole Robert Stone stuff from the previous week, which saw Dexter Lumis win this match, which kind of made me mad, but it was cool. Whatever. Dexter Lumis is good. Then we saw Breezango take on Everwise, and it was funny because Breezango came out just like the Mountie, which I thought was hilarious. Which Breezango won, which was the point of that jobber match. No, Shotzi Blackheart came out to fight Aaliyah, and then after the match, Shotzi ran over Robert Stone's other foot with her tank, and Mercedes Martinez showed up to help out Robert Stone and Aaliyah, and ended up later on joining the Robert Stone brand. So he's got a group now. He's got 2 people in his faction now. Yay! And then at the beginning of the show, William Regal had an announcement to make, but it was Keith Lee who had the announcement to make, which is dumb in my opinion, but I get why they do it, so whatever. So, a couple weeks ago, Keith Lee versus Adam Cole, title versus title, winner becomes both champs, okay? Keith Lee won. he became the NXT champion. Props to Keith Lee. Keep it up. Keep it up, King of Saiyans. You're doing good. So on NXT, he came out and said that he is relinquishing the North American title, the mid-card title. So he's going to stay NXT champion. Cool, but maybe match. So then Regal said, awesome. What we'll do is we'll have a series of triple threat matches. The winners of those matches will go on to the next takeover event and fight in a ladder match for the NXT United States, North America, basically the US title. So the first match of the night saw Johnny Gargano, Roderick Strong, Johnny Gargano, Roderick Strong, and Bronson Reed. Winner advances to the triple threat ladder match at TakeOver 30. I was going with Bronson Reed to win this match. I'll tell you what. Bronson Reed is underused, underutilized, and they need to do something. He's a big guy. I know he's not going to win the North American title, but putting him in that picture, he can do a lot of good stuff. He can do good stuff. I mean, him and Rick Swan, not Rick. Swerve Scott, that's what it was. Him and Swerve put on a couple good matches. Pretty sure it was those two. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Bronson Reed and Cameron Grimes also had some good fun. So, and the winner of that match was Bronson Reed. So, props there. I give him credit because when I didn't see the finish of the match, but when I heard the winner was Bronson Reed, I was like, what? They gave him the win? I thought they were going to give it to Johnny Gargano. But yeah, so it was cool. And then we had Timothy Thatcher taking on Oney Lorcan because that feud's brewing pretty good. So it'll be cool to see Oney Lorcan get that win. If they let him get that fucking win. They like to job Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch around, which is making me mad. But I'm not in charge of creative stuff. Not on me. Which I do this show. And to have fun. That's what we're here for.
Creative opinions on the matter.
Exactly. Are we going online and bitching about it? Damn right we are. We're doing it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Why Vince is reading the WWE in Texas.
I'm learning.
He's learning. Then our main event saw Killian Cross taking on Donovan Dijak. A.k.a. Donovan Dijak. I just call him Dijak. But, so since Keith Lee won the NXT title last week...
I found the thing.
Yeah. Oh, you found the barcode.
Security strip.
You know what's in there?
I don't think I can.
Yep. You can't. I think I tried before. But anyways, Scarlett came out last week and emptied a sack that was basically a crushed hourglass in front of Keith Lee, saying, "TikTok." So, after their match last week between Dijak and Keith Lee,
I can get it up.
So afterwards, Dijak was talking to somebody backstage about how Keith Lee is doing really good. You know, props to my boy, you know, all that good stuff. And Cross showed up and said, talk to him in some different language, which forgot what ethnic it was or whatever.
Ethnicity?
Thank you. Whatever ethnicity it was. I don't know, but somebody said they knew, and Dijakovic speaks the same thing that he was talking, so he understood him. And when Killian Cross got done saying what he was saying, he was like, Dijak was like, do it then. And then after saying that, Killian Cross goes to hit Dijak. Dijak blocked it. They brawled backstage. Saw Cross dump Dijak over like a guardrail and landed on his head. So then they made the match for NXT, which was Dijak versus Cross. It was a pretty good match, pretty hard hitting match. The ending saw Cross go to do something. What it was, he went to do something, but Keith Lee came down to ringside, basically trying to get involved, saying that he was going to stop the match. Dijak said, "No, this is on me, not on you." Like this, I did this, not you. You stay out of it. Like, I got this, bro. Like, he's like, sure. He's like, I got this. This is on me. Don't do anything. Like, just sitting there, just watching. And while he's watching, Cross just lifted up his elbow, pop, right in the fucking face of Dijak while he's on the ground. Put him in the cross jacket, passed out or tapped out. Match is over. Cross stood tall. Keith Lee's tending to Dijak, make sure he's okay. So, here's my take with that. It's going to be Cross versus Keith Lee for the title at TakeOver 30. Now, one, you're going to push Cross. You're going to make him unbeatable until that day. And I will be honest right now. If Keith Lee loses that title against Cross, I'm going to be pissed. I know why they would do it, but don't do it yet. Just don't do it yet. That's all I said. Don't do it yet. Wait till like Survivor Series or even Royal Rumble. Let Keith Lee have his moment. Because you can have him in the Royal Rumble again. Have him win the Royal Rumble if you want. And then he can get called up to main roster. But don't let him lose the title in his first title, technically his second title. That's bullshit. And we all know it's bullshit. Keith Lee deserves better. Or worse, I say better. Now we're on to AEW.
Hey.
Hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo. So, first match started off with the first match of the night. Starts off with Cody Rhodes in the ring, and they're trying to figure out who his opponent's going to be. And this is what I was telling you. Because they keep opening the card with the TNT title. I want to see that this first match. I get it. You want that pop.
This is what people came for.
Right. You want that pop. You want to see who the mystery challenger is if there is a mystery challenger. I get it. I like it. But guess what? You can wait till the main event of the show. That way, or you wait till the main?
You put it. The Tournament of Power is Goku and Jiren. Goku knocks out Jiren.
Right.
That would. Does anyone care? Show.
That's why it's the main event. That's why Frieza and Goku had to team up.
That's why it needs to be last.
Thank you.
We don't work our way up to the big deal. We don't just start off with the big deal.
Let's be fair. For my 3 friends who watched it,
I'm chump over here. Finished in 30 seconds.
To be fair,
I don't mean putting that. I don't.
To be fair, the main event was the Inner Circle, aka Chris Jericho and Jake Hager, taking on Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy. Did we really want to see that as the main event? I mean, I know Jericho's a big name. That's why he was in the main event status. I get it. That part I understand.
He came back from hell.
But why didn't we just make the TNT title the second title? That way you still got Cody right there at the end, and if you don't like Jericho, you don't have to watch that match. You can see who the mystery opponent is. You like it? Cool. Stay tuned to watch this match if you want to. If you don't want to, go to bed. Go watch something else. We don't care. I'll tell you what, though. The TNT title match, I wasn't a big fan of this week's title. I mean, Eddie Kingston just comes out and says make it a no DQ match, and I'll be your competitor. I'm like, what crap is that? I mean, I get why you did it, but man, people were hoping it would be somebody else. I was hoping for somebody else. You kept me guessing until Eddie Kingston came out. I was like, oh, okay, cool, Eddie Kingston. But he was going to lose anyways. The match was okay for Eddie Kingston's style because he's a smaller, bulkier guy. If you look him up, he's a bigger guy. You know, he's got the weight to him. But he's smaller too, so he can't go as long as like Sonny Kiss has, or Mark Quinn, or even Jake at freaking Fighter Fest. He can't go as long as. I get it. He gets winded.
That just means you got bad stamina. You can be any size with incredible stamina. That just means he's only doing strength training, stamina.
That's the way I look at it. I could be wrong. He could probably have great stamina, but the way he looks, and he could have health problems too. I don't know. I don't know that guy. I only know him from watching NWA Power. I'll be honest. Which is why I knew when he showed up. But I thought he was coming out to promote somebody else coming out. Like it'd be a double swerve. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not fighting. Bigger guys fighting. That would have been cool. But I get it, whatever. NXT might have won the rating. However, so it was a no DQ match. Saw a lot of good spots. Eddie Kingston pulled out a bag of thumbtacks. Almost positive. There's a shout out to Danny Havoc, who Moxley was wearing his shirt a couple weeks ago. Robert Anthony wore his shirt on Dark this week. The only reason why I say that is because Danny Havoc was another guy who was in CZW, and they were hardcore kind of wrestling with the thumbtacks. Because when Eddie's holding the bag, like he dumps it out, and then he like does the two to the sky and does the cross. To me, that's he's honoring somebody, a lost loved one. Could be a brother or something. I don't know, but I'm assuming it's Danny Havoc. Again, I don't know Eddie Kingston as well as the rest of the AEW. However, what I know of them, that's what I thought. They've been talking about Danny Havoc. That's what I said. Anyways, he hit a power bomb to Cody Rhodes on top of the thumbtack, which was cool. It was cool. However, the match came to its utter conclusion when Cody Rhodes was. I don't know if Eddie Kingston hurt his leg in the match or if Cody was going after the leg, but he got him in a figure four, and Eddie Kingston tapped out. But he looked like he hurt his leg early on in the match, so that's probably why they kind of called it as smaller the match as short, because it's only like a 10-minute match. So it was kind of shorter than the other matches. The other matches, I mean, granted, yes, they have a 20-minute time limit, but the other matches, like him and Sonny Kiss last week, were at least 15 to 16 minutes long, all going back and forth the whole time. So, and even after the match, Kingston was standing on the ramp, like holding his leg, kind of looking pissed off. But most people do that when they lose a match. They look pissed off because they lost the match. I get it. But he had that concerned, pissed off look, like, fuck, I fucked up my leg. Damn it! I just got here. You know? Now I'm going to be out on the show. It's a possibility. I don't know. I could look into it. Then next up, MJF came out. He's in action next. And who's in the ring with him? Our boy down over here. It's a Griffin. He was in the ring with him, so MJF was giving him shit because he's like talking to him about something. But he was like, by the way, I'm undefeated. I have not won. I have not been submitted. I am undefeated. And Garrison looks at him and goes, "You're not. Didn't you just lose a tag team match a couple weeks ago to Jurassic Express?" He's like, "Listen here, junkie. You're good." He's like, I'm not junkie. Who are you then? And right there, I was like, I'm fucking Griff Garrison. Yes.
I'm just the unintentional pose that he has right now.
Yes. Like, I'm Griff Garrison. And then just, they have a...
Right. But down there. Down there.
It's down there.
Who the fuck is Griff Garrison? Hashtag who the fuck is Griff Garrison? Tweet it.
I did after that episode of BT.
Follow it.
I should check to see if it's gotten. Probably not. But MJF basically won the match by. Garrison got some good offense in there, but overall, MJF, being the heel that he is, he ended up winning. And after that, Taz comes out. They go to commercial, they come back. Taz comes out with Brian Cage talking about why he threw in the towel against Moxley last week and said that it was the right business call. He's like, granted, me being the business manager of Brian Cage, we butted heads a lot over this past week. I almost got fired from being his manager because of what I did. But after thoroughly talking about it, after a few fights about it, came to the conclusion, and I did the right thing. And Cage is just sitting there. Which, they're doing Cage all wrong. And then, said something about, I think he said something about Ricky Starks, but not 100% sure. But then he was talking shit about Darby Allin. Darby Allin comes out, tries getting the upper hand. Ricky Starks beats him to the punch. Ricky Starks and then Brian Cage start beating him up, hit him with like a power bomb neck breaker flatliner combo thing. It was fucking cool. I'll show it to you later. Go look it up. Just go look up Dark from Tuesday night, the 22nd. I'm trying to think of the date. Sorry, 21st. Look up AEW Dark from the 21st. When they hit him, because it's the power bomb reverse. Like, I don't even know what the move's called, but it looked fucking cool. I'll be honest. So they did that to him. Then Cage is holding Darby Allin, and then Darks is holding Darby. Cage grabs the skateboard and is about to bash the skateboard over Darby's head, and then Moxley comes out through the arena with Barbie, technically barbed wire baseball bat. Then Brian Cage and Starks walk up the ramp, and they're like, that's an unlikely alliance. It was like, no, Darby had Mox's back last week after the post-match beatdown. So Mox has theirs. And match made for next week. It's official. Starks and our boy Brian Cage taking on Mox and Darby Allin. Should be a good match. We'll see what happens. Next up, something I was telling you about with the Butcher and Blade and the Young Bucks in a Falls Count Anywhere match. So it's about to happen, but they go backstage with the Young Bucks. They're like, we want this Falls Count Anywhere match. Guess what? We're not going to go to the ring. We're going to have it right now. So they got a ref, and they're just walking around looking for the Butcher and the Blade. Where are you going to find the Butcher and the Blade? Technically in the meat shop. Well, if you don't have a meat shop close to you, what's the closest thing to a meat shop in a football store?
Hot dogs?
Pretty much, yes. Okay, hang on. Where do they get the hot dogs from the hot dog?
Hot dog roller?
Where do they cook the hot dogs?
They cook them on the hot dog roller.
Okay. Anyways, they were in the kitchen.
Okay.
I was trying to be clever. You were being way more clever. You're being way smart. So they were in the kitchen, and like they had like some steaks laying out. They're just fucking chopping away, and there's like a meat grinder next to them. So they put some ground chuck in there, and grind it up. I'm like, okay, I guess, but you got limited options to do Butcher and Blade, and you're gonna do this. But okay, like they had gloves on, they had fucking meat cleavers, they had their aprons on and everything. I'm like, this is why I like Butcher and Blade. I just like that. That was something that I found clever. They're also a good tag team. I'm really starting to like them. But like I said, knew they weren't gonna win. What happened? Didn't fucking win. That's what I get it. Young Bucks are part of AEW. They're creators of AEW. I don't have a problem with it. They're great. Come on, bros. Get these guys. Let these guys get a few wins in, man. They're like 5-5 right now. Don't let them win on Dark. Let them win on the main show, minus that 8-man tag, because, like I was telling you, they didn't get the pin. Lucha Bros got it. It's good for the Lucha Bros. They're pushing them again. Cool. But my point stands. Butcher and Blade. Let them go to the top. Then next up we had Diamante versus the new Ivelisse. But before the match, we had a interview thing with Britt Baker, which I didn't care about. Got a little gripe. Here's my airing a grievance, Will, for this match.
Spit it.
And other than me talking about Butcher and Blade. So during this match, you got Diamante. She's real good. She's doing good. She's lost like 2 matches. So they're putting her up to contender list to fight Shida. She's fighting Ivelisse, who's making her AEW Impact debut. Ivelisse is really fucking good. During the match, literally a minute into the fucking match, they're talking about Big Swole being suspended. Sent us a video from her home about Britt Baker. Here's that video for you. During the goddamn match. I don't care about Big Swole and Britt Baker's feud during this match. I don't care. Put that during a match I don't care about. I cared about this match because I like Ivelisse. I think she's a good wrestler.
A side script, Jesus. And in between her.
Yeah, but it's like, and instead of, so how we have these images up for you guys, you can see us right here. Basically, where we are, this was the size of the Big Swole. If I can get my hands right. Our square frame that you can see us in, that's the size of the Big Swole video they had. And who the fuck is Griff Garrison was the size of the match going on? I'm like, at least do split down the middle screen, man. Don't do, oh, the match we want to see is just tiny little dot, and then we got Big Swole right here. I get what you guys are doing. You're pushing that rivalry between Britt Baker and Big Swole. I get it. It's cool. I actually like it. It'll be funny when it happens. Mainly because I also like both their boyfriend / husband. Because Britt Baker, for those of you who don't know, I'm breaking kayfabe. I don't care. Britt Baker dates Adam Cole. Big Swole is married to Cedric Alexander. Both really good wrestlers. Both working for WWE right now. So, but, anyways, that's going to be cool when it happens. But the problem I had is you put it during the Evil East match, which was only like a 5-minute match anyways. It could have waited till after. You could have cut to commercial and showed it for all I care. Or just been like, oh, she posted it on her Twitter account. Go to Twitter. Everyone's all about social media now, right? That's how half these matches could start anyways. Put on, oh, well, she put it on her Instagram. Okay, tell the fans to go to her Instagram and watch the video.
Yeah, that would have just really.
Did I want to watch the video? No. Did my other friends want to watch the video? Probably not. Did you want to watch the video? I doubt it. If you're into that feud, cool. But you know,
I'm just here to accidentally times.
You're just here as bad guy. Wonderful. And then to top it off, you make Evil East lose the match with a roll-up. Come on! Come on!
Italian right at the. Come on!
Well, Aaron grievance is done. Now the best part of the show. So up next we had Hangman Adam Page, one half of your tag team champions, taking on Allen 5 Angels of the Dark Order. They're letting them keep their names with their numbers, which is funny and stupid. So the match was pretty good. Hangman was actually basically just kicking the crap out of Fly throughout the whole time. But I got some good offense in. The finish saw midway through the match, the rest of the Dark Order came out and just stood at the top of the ramp where it was Uno, Grayson, 10, Silver, and Reynolds. So you had 1, 2, 4, 5. No, 5 was in the ring. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 10. Because 5's in. Because Reynolds and Silver are 3 and 4. 2 is number 2. Uno, obviously number 1. Brody Lee's the leader. Colt Cabana is second in command, I'm assuming now. And then you had number 10, who I got it. Like, Vance? Something, I think was his name. And he's got the 10 marks on his chest. And he's wearing the trend. Which is cool. So they stand at ringside and they distracted Hangman for like a split minute. Hangman ends up winning the match. After the match, well, so it's funny because Five's winning, getting the upper hand, and Hangman just out of nowhere just clobbers, hits him with a nice clothesline, and flips them inside out. And then like Evil Uno's looking at everybody, he's like, "All right, we're doing good, we're doing good." Looks back at the ring, sees 5 down, and goes,
"Oh Lord, have mercy! What happened?
The fuck happened?" And it was.
I looked away for a second. And
right. It was. I kind of liked it. Hangman won with a powerbomb. But after the match, Dark Order is just still standing there, and Page is like looking at him like, "What, you guys want to do something? Do something. Throw down. Let's go." And they're like, "No." And then we hear music playing. Who shows up? It's proper Lee. Mr. Brody Lee and Colt Cabana come out of the tunnel. They go over to talk to Evil Uno. Everything's cool. Colt's about to follow Brody. Brody goes, "No. Stay here." Gets in the ring. He starts talking to Adam Page. Technically asking him to join the Dark Order. Not in those terms, but was saying, if you join the Dark Order, we friends. We will help. We will protect you from danger.
Are they making the Akatsuki? It sounds like they're making the Akatsuki.
And he was like, we'll protect you from danger. And I'm like, he was like, case in point, you were at the bar last week. Where's your tag team partner? Where's the Young Bucks? Where's anybody? And Hangman's like, he's like, okay. He's like, you know, and Hangman's like, no, I'm good. I don't need to join the cult right now. But he's like, all right. Like, wants to hit him, but doesn't want to hit him. He's like, no, okay. Like, just letting you know. You know exactly what he said, but then he goes, you made your bed. I hope you can sleep at night. Walks away, gets up to Evil Uno, and like does this. Then they talk. Brody and Colt leave. The 5 of them come down, and Hangman's like, "What, you gonna beat me up now? Is that what's going on? You guys gonna do anything?" And Uno and Stu are like, "Got nothing." Okay, boom, tags Uno, and then they all start brawling. They get the upper hand on Adam Page. Who comes out? FTR comes out in their cooler, in their wrestling cooler. There's a little $3 styrofoam cooler from work with like, was it like three cans?
No, there was a good 12 at least.
Oh, okay,
I'm pretty sure they had a whole. I'm pretty sure they had a whole pack in there.
Okay,
because they were all over the ring. Because I saw they were like stepping on them.
Because you're like, that's either Pepsi or Bud Light.
Because one of them like slid hard on the ice.
Because they come down to the ring, they basically just got the cooler at probably Reynolds and Silver, 3 and 4.
Kind of just needed the ring in general,
right?
Kind of just ordered ice and beer down across the whole ring.
So they did that, and then they get in, they start helping Hangman, they clear a ring. Then as they're beating everybody up, Kenny comes down to help out too. Ring clears, they pick up a couple beers, they give one to Hangman. They cheers. Kenny puts his hand out for a handshake. They shake on it. They cheers. They're good. Apparently they're good. I see where this is going, guys. I know what you're doing here. Then after that, they're cutting to commercial. Before they cut to commercial, announced next week on AEW Dynamite, the Dark Order, the #1 ranked Dark Order, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson taking on Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega for the tag team titles. I have a problem with this, Vince. I like both these teams. Only one of them win.
Isn't that what I was saying earlier?
We know which one's gonna win.
I am equally on board with Hangman as I am with
right.
Yeah.
I am too, but I just know Hangman and Kenny are going to retain the title. They're not going to lose those titles until they fight FTR at All Out. Then FTR is going to go on and fight the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are going to win that, or FTR might retain that. I don't know how that's going to work. But the Young Bucks are going to get the titles, and then something else will happen. Because the 4 teams who I do not see getting these titles anytime soon. A, the Dark Order, unless it's Brody Lee and Colt Cabana. B, the Butcher and Blade. C, Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler, because they haven't won a fucking match. But I like them as a tag team. They're actually fucking hilarious. And then Best Friend. Those are the 4 teams I don't see winning the title anytime. I'll say anytime from now until 2020. A long ways to go, but the only teams I see, I mean, they can have phenomenal matches. I don't care, but if the title doesn't change hands, to me, you're proving you're good because you're not losing. I get that. But at the same time, don't be the WWE and let these guys carry the titles for over a fucking year and a half. I mean, you could swap them here and there, but to me, it's okay. You win the belt, you keep it for, say, 6 months, half a year. I'm okay with that. Jericho, he won the title against Hangman Page. That's for the AEW title. they crowned the first ever AEW champion, Chris Jericho versus Hangman Page. Winner was Chris Jericho. He fought Cody Rhodes. He fought Darby Allin. I think he fought Dustin. He only had like three or four matches. And then he fought Moxley. I think he fought Moxley twice. No, only the once. And then Moxley won it. So he had it from, was it like late October of last year? It was about, no, I think it was August of last year. He had it from August up until February of 20. Good run. Not too long, but also not too short. So I'm okay with it. And that's what I want these guys to do. So SCU, they won the tag team titles first. Then Kenny and Hangman. Kenny and Hangman have had them since October of 2019. Ain't get their time to their time. Now, however, I don't know how I want to watch the match yet because I'm really hyped on this match. I don't know if I want to watch it here. So if the Dark Order does win, I can mark out with the table. I'm thinking we might do that for next week's episode. Is we're just going to watch AEW like we've been doing because I'm having fun doing that. I don't know if you are.
I am enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. So
I don't know about Sage, but
if he shows up, cool.
Just watching TV on there anyway.
He's got YouTube right there. We got our shit over here. And then the main event, so Y2J, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager taking on Jurassic Express, which I remember telling you earlier. So they did an interview with the Inner Circle, and Jericho was talking about his white jacket he has that he spent like $7,000 on. He might have, probably just a gimmick, but it was real nice. I will admit, it's a real nice jacket. Well, last week Orange Cassidy dumped orange juice on it, so it got soaked in OJ. So like OJ, obviously, and orange juice on white. We know what that's going to do to the color. So he's asking Alex Marvez, and Marvez goes, "It's orange." He's like, "Yeah, it's supposed to be white. That stupid idiot Orange Cassidy dumped all that OJ on me last week and stained it." So he's talking about Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express. He's like, "Oh, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, new up and comer, yada yada yada." Don't care. He's like, "Luchasaurus, a dinosaur. Oh my god. Guess what, guys? He's not a real dinosaur." And I'm like, Jericho's the ultimate heel. Broke. But I knew that. Wrestling, guys. They might have heard that. I don't know. But, and then, like I was telling you, the funny part is they gotta leave. And Jericho looks at Santana Ortiz and goes, "What's the jacket?" He's like, "Do I still smell like orange juice?" "Yeah." "Damn it!" And walks off. And Jake Hager's like, "Dude." One of them was like, "Dude." He's like, "What? I'm supposed to lie to him?" That's why the Inner Circle's so good. So, kind of not really paying attention to the main event because I was getting our scorecards in, I guess, for our predictions. A lot of good spots, though, from what I was seeing. Santana and Ortiz interfered for a minute. Marco Stunt interfered for a minute. And it did look like they were Luchasaurus Jurassic Express was about to win. And then ref got distracted with Jericho and Jake. And then a wrestler by the name of Serpentico pops Luchasaurus with Lloyd, the baseball bat. And everyone's like, "What the Serpentico? What's he doing? He's helping the Inner Circle. What the hell?" Well, they pin him. Jericho gets the pin on Luchasaurus. Match is over. Serpentico gets in the ring and he's staring at Jericho. And they back up and they're like, "What up? What's going on here?" Pulls off the mask. Who is it? Justin Bieber's back. Sammy Guevara's back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad he's back. I'll be honest. Kind of missed a little dipshit. He brought that funny charm that Jericho has, but Jericho has it, and I think Jericho has it towards the older generation. Or Sammy has it, but he has it more towards the younger generation because he's only 24. So he's got it towards the younger generation, and he, like the hip new lingo and TikTok and all that crap. So he's back now. It'll be cool. I'm glad. I can't wait to see what happens next week. They did make a couple of matches for next week, which if everything goes smoothly, I might actually post a video on Monday about everything. We'll see. Maybe do preview videos or something. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, there's our wrestling recap of the week. And
Woo, that's a big one.
hope you, yeah, it's a big one. Big one, it's a boggin, it's a toboggan.
Not a slip. It is, in fact, not
it's
a
not
slip.
Leela?
That's wrong.
Well, that episode where Bender used her as a toboggan. With all the penguins. But there you have it, folks. Back to the map with your wrestling results for the week. If you liked it, awesome. If you didn't, awesome. I'm here. Be here all week. Also, new champion.
Phew.
And as always, where's the stop button?
Stirp.